All right, so here we have our loofah seeds. Let's fix our light a little bit. Okay, and we are germinating these seeds. Oops, which means we are trying to get the seedling to sprout through the napkin. So this has been in here. Let me smell it. It smells very earthy. We don't smell any sourness or anything that indicates mold. And we do see some green busting through. Get the plastic there. So we see the roots coming through. We see some green. So that tells us that it has done all the germination that it needs. So we're going to go ahead and, oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that one. I just want to touch it. Oh my gosh. Look at those roots, you guys. Luna, you see that, baby? So I'm just gently lifting the roots off. I don't want to damage the root systems that are establishing here. But look at that. Okay, so we're going to set these to the side because we're going to go ahead and sow them into the dirt or the soil. So the ones that haven't cracked open yet, we're going to leave them be. Look at that. That cracked open a little, but we're going to go ahead and leave him in there. Oh, man. Look at that. Look at our loofah. Luna, don't bump my camera, mama. Look at our loofahs, everybody. Look at that. Oh, baby. Y'all, she done put her brush in the dirt. Now she's playing. And I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. Okay. So, yeah, we're just going to gently lift these seeds off the napkin, and then we're going to go throw our baby in the tub. Look at that. We're going to peel some more of that napkin off there. Oh man, that's beautiful. Put it back. Just leave it in the dirt. Maybe you'll grow brush seeds. Look at that. Oh, oh. Hey, what'd I say? Okay, so we're going to cover these back up and let it do its thing some more. I'm gonna go get her one of those shovels out of our kid toolkit because she's sitting up here using her brush as a shovel. All right, thank you all so much for. Okay, baby got her shovel. We're good. So this is the rest of the seeds. We're gonna zip those back in. We don't need to re-water it because it's still pretty moist. We're gonna set that to the side. Next, we're gonna check on this germination packet here and see what this one has going on. I like to give it a sniff test, make sure it doesn't smell sour. It still smells pretty fresh. It's still nice and moist. So let's get into it. As you can see, baby has her shovel from the kitty toolkit. If you want to get your little one a shovel, go ahead and go to jewelvonjewels.com. And the kit set has the watering can, the rake, the shovel, and all that fun stuff for them. So, okay. Got this open. Oh, 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 you guys. Oh, look at that. Oh, these are such resilient seeds. Y'all see the way it embeds itself into the napkin? I think that's the coolest thing ever. Oh man, look at that. Oh, nature. Such resiliency. Look at fix my camera. Look at that. Oh. Oh man. Look at that big baby. Hold on, let me put it under here. Look at that. Wow. I feel like that one guy on the meme that's like, wow. Oh my goodness. Such beautiful, beautiful seeds. If you all want some loofah seeds of your own, go to jewelvonjewels.com and get you one of those growth kits, okay? Oh man, so that you can experience this beauty for yourself. It's such a rewarding process to see all of the beautiful seedlings as they sprout. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back into its pack so that the rest of the seeds can germinate or sprout out of their seeds. The next video, I'm going to show you all of the little seedlings together. Good luck on your journey. Okay, everybody, these are all of our seedlings that sprouted through the germination method using the napkin and the Ziploc bag. They still have a couple little pieces of napkins attached to it. Here, let me fix this lighting. Move the camera down. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes. Sorry. This stuff gets me excited. So they have their roots. They still have a little bit of napkin attached to it, but we're just going to go ahead and gently peel those off, and then we're going to sow these seeds into some soil and watch them do their magic. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So we're about to put our loofah seeds into some soil. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prep the container. So I have these little containers that I want to use just because it's a little bit smaller. It's more controlled. Because it's smaller, it's going to be more controlled as far as the stability of the plant. It also has these holes at the bottom, which is going to help with drainage. It's best to water plants from the bottom, so that's going to be really great. And then we have some regular indoor potting soil for a wide variety of container plants. You can use whatever type of soil you want. I'm not really big on certain soil types just yet because they are babies. Yes, it's important for them to get the nutrients that they need, but right now we're just focused on giving them some stability. As they start to get older and demand more, then we'll give them some nutrients and vitamins. Similar to like teenagers, like right now, they have everything that they need within them to survive and to be great. And then as they get older, they're going to need a little bit more love, attention, instruction, all that good stuff. So I'm just smoothing out a nice layer. We might not honestly even need all of this soil, but I'm going to prep it anyway because we have some other ones that we might be able to uproot out of their containers. So all of these might not be used for loofahs, but we're going to prep it just because we can. It's such a beautiful thing to have the means to grow and to provide a home for God's beautiful creation. So we're going to smooth these out here. Okay. All right. So now I am grabbing our loofah seeds. Excuse me, Luna. Okay. Boom. Got our loofah seeds. Now, some of our seeds are little babies. They're very fresh when it comes to sprouting. So we don't need to do too much. Let me even out these layers here so that I know what's going on. Excuse me for the sniffles and everything. I had to re-up on my vitamins because of how the weather is changing, but this too shall pass. Just bear with me. All right, so that first one is nice and even. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna start off with the little ones that are barely sprouted, but sprouted enough. And I'm gonna take them and literally just wiggle them and push them down because they still have quite a bit of ways to go. and I want those roots to run deep. Okay, so I just take it, root down, and push. Okay, you see that, how it's deep in there? And then just cover it up like that. So I'm taking all of the seedlings out. Some of them still have little napkins on them. And if we gently brush it, the napkin will come off. Like I said, just take it and then push it down. Okay, and then gently cover it up. There's another one like that. Don't want to be too rough with it because it is a baby. Plants do experience shock, but you can just gently brush it and that napkin will come off there. Just take it, push it down, cover it back up. Let's see, do we have some more? Yep, we got some more. Oops, like that. It was just a little tiny little baby just poking out there. Just barely sprouted. Okay. Let's see, one more. So when they're like this, they're fairly easy to get into. Luna, I'm gonna get you. Leave it alone. She's trying to uncover some of my seedlings that I wrapped in foil. I think they're a little toxic now because they've been wrapped for so long. There might be some mold in there. But I'll unwrap that video with you all so you can see what that looks like. She's also scooping dirt out of the pot right now. So she's getting the floor nice and ready to plant. Can't wait until the weather breaks and we can truly do this outside. Oops, I felt something snap as I was pulling that napkin off. I'm pretty sure it did shock the baby, but it'll be just fine. It's a little bit longer, but we're still going to do the same push method. Okay, now she has her hands in the dirt. That's beautiful. Okay, so we just push that down and cover it up. Like I said, as they get longer, it might seem like it's a little bit more difficult, but it's the same exact process. It's once they start to wrap around and get a real root system that it starts to get a little different. But you'll see that here in a moment. The seed itself is going to provide a little bit of nutrients to the roots. So it's perfectly fine if that gets in there. I'm kind of like trying to see if the seed wants to push out a little bit more. I don't want to force it to come out when it's not ready, but I do want to make sure that the root is able to grow downwards instead of sideways. So this one I'm gonna put in the soil just down like that because the root is growing down. I'm gonna put it in downwards. So take it, oops, and I'm gonna push it down. Okay, and then cover that up there. All right, it's starting to get a little bit more, not difficult, but a little bit more intricate. So we see more napkins stuck on the roots. That's perfectly fine. Just gently take that off. Again, this is one of those ones where we're going to put it in like this because the root is growing down versus to put the seed down, the root grows up. So we're going to put it down like that. Okay, oops, kind of did a little flick right there. Okay. And then this has a nice twig in the soil. That's going to disrupt the root growth side. Just kick it out. It don't need to be in there. Okay. So we're going to take off some napkin. Oops. I felt a little bit of root snap. See, look here. See how they has those little tiny baby hairs? Got that confused with the napkin. So since, again, this is growing downwards, we're going to put it in down. Even though it's coming out the side there, we're still going to put it down because this part is going to flick up. So the roots go down and that part's going to flick up completely out of the dirt. So just put that in there. Okay, now we're on to our last segment. I'm going to go ahead and flip it here just so you all have a better visual with the camera. Put that bag down a little bit so you can see some more of the light there. Okay. Just kind of spreading the soil out so we can see it a little better. All right. Oh, we got another little baby. Luna, put it down, baby. We got another little baby where we can just stick it on down in there. That's awesome. Okay, we're starting to get into some nitty gritty, but I love how this is growing. We're gonna just stick it straight down. Okay, straight down and cover it up. It's okay if some of the seed is coming out of the soil. That's perfectly fine. Because the leaves are gonna pop out of the soil. The leaves are gonna pop out of the shell after everything. I can't remember which ones I already did. Okay, so I already did these two. Whew. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we got these 4 pops. Sorry. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. We have these 4 holes and we have 4 more. Oh, no, we got 5. Oops. Oh, that would have been so cool. But let's take off some more of the napkins and then just stick that straight down. Don't want to cause too much stress. So again, it's okay if it's poking out just a little bit. Okay. So now we have this one here. And we're gonna poke a hole and stick those straight down. Okay. Alright, now we got some big daddies. Some big daddies going on. So we're gonna gently remove any excess napkins that might suffocate the roots or take away. So I'm just gently combing over the roots and the napkin is just falling away without taking any roots. Loosen it up, let it breathe. The roots are very quote unquote sticky. Oh, you guys. The shell completely fell off. Look at this. Okay. I'm going to show you this in a second, but look at this. The shell completely fell off. And if we crack it open, look at that. Everything that this baby could possibly need to succeed was already built in there. Did we put one in here? No. So I'm going to put that at the bottom because it still has some nutrients and juice and really good stuff. So I'm going to put that all the way at the bottom there. And then this here, this is where those seeds are going to start to form, or those leaves are going to open up. So this is going to be at the very top. And we can let it breathe outside of the soil. Just a little bit. Just a little bit there because it still has some unpacking to do. Just because it came out of its shell rather quickly doesn't mean that it's done, okay? But we're still going to give it some warmth and let it nestle into. This one's going to come out of its shell too. See how it's slipping through? So we'll take off as much napkin as we can and go ahead and help it. Just go ahead and wiggle it out and help it come out of the shell. See that? That's still some nutrients that it wants to have. So we're going to put our finger down there, wiggle some room, and oops, I got a little bit more napkin I can take off. Okay, and then just like the other one, we're going to let it have a little bit of air, but try to make sure as much of the root is tucked in as possible. We still have one more seed here, but we're going to worry about that in the next batch. For now, we're going to grab us some water. And this water is going to provide the nutrients that's needed to lock in or glue in the soil to our lovely plants. Luna, where you put the little tiny spray bottle? Okay, she's looking at me and I'm looking at her. So we're just going to take our water and see how it bubbles. Let me see if I can refocus my camera. See how it bubbles and then it settles. You want to give it plenty of water. Anytime you water a plant, you want to make sure it gets plenty of water. But the key is to make sure you have good airflow. And you start off by filling it up and letting it drain itself before you give it some more. This trains the soil. This creates unique airflow pathways. And it makes sure that your plant baby has all that it needs, especially if you're not using a spray bottle. This helps you to make sure you have a controlled amount of water. Okay, so we're going to set this one to the side, this other seed here, because we're going to do something with him in just a moment. As you can see, some of the water came out because it has holes in it, but that's perfectly fine because once we get this tray full, we're going to start watering from the bottom up. So that's perfectly fine to have a little bit of excess water there at the bottom. So that is how we take our loofah seeds out of our germination method of using the napkin and the Ziploc bag. We're going to continue this video on and repot some of our pepper seedlings. But for now, we're going to cut this video short so it can stop at 15 minutes or so. But we're going to continue on. So make sure you go check out the next video to see what that looks like as far as repotting and separating our pepper seedlings. So have grace with yourself, have grace with the world around you, and good luck on your journey.